Hello student, in continuity of chapter 1, the living world, today we are going to study about diversity in the living world, then classification, nomenclature, taxonomy, systematics and categories of taxonomy. First of all, we are starting from diversity in the living world. As you know, number of organisms, plants and animals, living organisms are observed on this earth. They are great in number and various kind of living organisms present on this earth. They are of different kind of plants and animals which represent the species. In your surrounding also you have observed number of plants and animals as well as all over the world at specific region different kind of plants and animals are observed. If we talk about all over the world, number of known and described species on this earth is 1.7 to 1.8 million. These are only number of known species. So many species are there which are not known till today. New organisms are continuously being identified. Plants and animals we know by their local names. They would vary from place to place. It means that a plant or animals known by local name, suppose in Gujarat, in other state of India also they are known by some other name, as well as in other countries also they are known as different kind of name. So that's why for particular type of naming it is need to standardize the naming of living organisms. So nomenclature or naming is important process for nomination of this type of species on the earth. Nomenclature or naming is a process in which a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. It means that within India or all over the world, if we change the country, the name remains same of living organism. It is possible when the organism is described correctly and when know to what organism the name is attached to refer as identification. So correct identification lead to correct nomenclature or naming of living organism. Number of scientists they have established procedures to assign a scientific name to each known organism, either plant or animal. This mechanism or this process is acceptable to biologists all over the world. It means that naming of particular plant species or particular animal species is universal all over the world and accepted by all biologists. Two terms are important here, ICBN and ICZN. ICBN, its full name is International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. Botany, this word is related with plant life. Okay, so this code suggests for nomenclature of plants. So for plants, it provides scientific names based on agreed principles and criteria. Second one is ICZN, full name International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. Zoological, as the name suggests, related with animal life. So for animals it provides scientific names based on agreed principles and criteria. So we can say that nomenclature or nomination of particular plant or animal on this earth is under principle and criteria and certain rules and regulation. ICBN, it is for plants. ICZN, it is for animals. What is scientific name? Each organism has only one name. All over the world, if we move to other country also, the particular organism is having a same name all over the world. It is not being used by any other non-organism. So it is known as scientific name of plant or animal. Suppose maize is local name. Its scientific name is Zea mays. So in India as well as in other country also, the name remains same. One more interesting example of ourselves, that is mankind. Its scientific name is Homo sapiens. This name, scientific name, remains same all over the world. So this is meaning of scientific name. In further continuity of nomenclature, one system is proposed, that is binomial nomenclature. As the name suggests, binomial, it means by, two, nomial, name. This type of process is known as binomial nomenclature. It means that each scientific name has two components. First, generic name, and second, specific epithet. It is given by biologist, scientist named Carolus Linnaeus. So important contribution of Carolus Linnaeus is there for binomial nomenclature. Here two word format is observed. First genus and second species. Let's study two examples here. Mango, local variety, you know very well, mango plant, mango tree. Its scientific name is Mangifera indica. Local name is mango. Mangifera is genus and indica is species. So binomial nomenclature is there. Our example, mankind. Its scientific name is Homo sapiens. So first one, that is Homo, that is genus, and sapiens means species. So each and every organism, either plant or animal, is given two names, genus and species, and it suggests its scientific name. Now some universal rules of nomenclature. It is important to study here because nomenclature or nomination of particular living organism remains same all over the world. So how it is decided? These are known as universal rules of nomenclature. There are four rules. First, biological names are generally in Latin and written in italics. They are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. Second, first word is genus and second word is specific epithet or species. As we have studied, two names are there, first genus and second species. Third, both the words when handwritten are separately underlined or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. Fourth, the first word genus start with a capital letter and specific epithet or species start with a small letter. So this way there are some universal rules of nomenclature followed by different biologists all over the world. First, biological name generally Latin and written in italics. Second, first word is always genus and second specific epithet or species. Third, both the word when handwritten are separately underlined or printed at that time italics to indicate their Latin origin. And fourth, the first word genus always start with a capital letter, and second, species always start with a small letter. Next topic, classification. Classification is a process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. Example, group as plants or animals. It means that we have classified living organisms on this earth as a plant or animals. So it's a one type of classification living organism of the world. One term is important here, that is taxa. Taxa is categories used to study organism at very different levels. Some examples, as you know, dogs are mammals and all mammals are animals. So we can say all these three words, animals, mammals and dogs, they are known as taxa. Same way we can take example of plant also. Wheat. Wheat plant is a angiosperm plant and it is group of plant. So we can say this all three words, plants, angiosperms and wheat, they are taxa. Certain characters associated with the organism in that group. So this is actually process of classification. Taxonomy. What is taxonomy? Taxonomy is the process of classification in which, based on characteristics, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. Now you know very well about what is taxa, so you can also understand what is taxonomy. Some bases of taxonomy: external and internal structure along with the structure of cell, development process and ecological information of organisms are essential here. Some basics of taxonomy: first, characterization; second, identification; third, classification; and fourth, nomenclature. Characterization, it means that to identify characters after study. Identification, by studying various characters to identify specific. Third, classification, now you know very well, to classify. And fourth, nomenclature, means to give name, naming process. So this all four are basic of taxonomy. Systematics. It is also a branch of biology to study different kinds of organisms and their diversities as well as the relationship among them. So we know that in classification it is a study of different kind of organisms and diversity, but over and above this, in systematics, relationships are also studied. Systematic is derived from Latin word, that is systema. The meaning of systema is systematic arrangement of organisms. Systema Nature is title of book published by Carolus Linnaeus. Systematics takes into account evolutionary relationship between organisms. So we can say that systematic is also branch of biology which is related with study of different organisms and their diversity with study of their relationship and derived from Latin word systema. Now let's take overview of taxonomic categories. Now you are aware of what is taxonomy. It is related with classification process. This chart suggests various category of taxonomic categories. If one move from top to bottom, so we can say domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species we can see here. And if we try to study from bottom to top, so reverse process is there. Actually kingdom is wide range of organism. Okay, so many organisms are mentioned is this kingdom. Simple example, plant is a kingdom. All plants are under this kingdom. Animals, it is also kingdom animal, and all animal are classified under this kingdom. When we move from kingdom to species, it means that key similarities increases in plants and animals both. So after kingdom, phylum or phyla is there, class is there, order is there, then family, then genus and species. Okay, you can recognize that key you have studied the name of maize, scientific name Zea mays. Mango, Mangifera indica. So what is the category of this name? So we can say Mangifera genus and indica species. You can see here in this category also. For men, mankind, Homo sapiens, here also category is observed under the kingdom animal, that is genus Homo and species sapiens. So this chart is actually giving overview of taxonomical categories starting from domain, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. And this all categories of taxonomy. In further topic we are going to study in detail.